took a long time, and I think that's worth talking about, especially with the Mongols on the other side of the stage. When you think about, you know, their former star in someone like Senzu, but really the whole team had to adjust to stage play. Then you have these phenoms like Molodoi that come along where they just kind of slot right into it. So nice that he's been acknowledging the crowd and this little tech pause to open up, but let's get this quarterfinal underway.
Let's do exactly that. Mongols on Mirage, they absolutely blew Spirit out of the water when we saw them at the end of the group stages. It was an 8-4 T side, it was B abuse, and of course, new player on this B bomb site. Controllers on that CT side holding strong. Mongols, though, for now, just keep it simple. They storm this site with a smoke and a flash.
And they'll get in for free. FURIA were teed up to play retake anyway with double short. So they knew there was a chance for this. Fallen's got a kit and a smoke to try and facilitate this retake. But now they're holding on for a backstab, and they're going to catch bLitz. They're wise to his tricks in this pistol round. That's a 5v4, that's the leg up, and that should ensure some result on this retake.
Easy job's done. This gets hard though. Crossfires, blocks, up close. Techno and Controllers pound back two. Headshots galore for the Mongols. Leave them in a fighting chance. K-Serato double kill, but no time for this round, and Techno disallows on the B-bomb site. Mora out of his seat, and Techno with a 3K to start off the Mongols' run in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, other two come from the new boy in Controllers. Mara's been loving what he's been getting out of the squad here. Can imagine, you know, it was an anxious couple of days with his absence for the first two matches. First 2 days of play for the Mongols here in Chengdu. They didn't have their coach, they weren't using timeouts, and at times it felt like it was hurting them.
Yeah, especially when they played up against Astralis, even on this very map. I mean, we saw them get kind of run over at times. Really fast-paced game out of Astralis. That nuke map was so one-sided, and Mongols just couldn't slow it down. Against Spirit, they longed out quite a series. They might have to do so again today.
Awkward string of misses there from the Deeg, and K-Serato's been discovered. This force buy goes nowhere for FURIA. A clean sweep on the conversion. It's how you want to take it. 5 alive for the Mongols and an easy second round.
This is just what we saw against Spirit, right? The first 4 or 5 rounds of that T side would just be abuse after be abuse, different splits, bLitz late playing mid. It's why we see FURIA aware of what they're up against, but you've still got to stop it. And for these first 2 and likely 3 rounds, it's going to be FURIA in the hole. Mongols getting clean anti-force buy. 910 has been such a powerful player in this tournament. And his T-sides have been where he's done his best work, right? At times when we're even doubting him pulling up the AWP because of how fluid his rifling has been. He's yet to enter the server now, but he's definitely someone to keep your eyes on if Mongols are to have a chance to upset FURIA today.
I also think in terms of styles, this is a very interesting clash of minds, right? We say about bLitz, his brain feels like it only works quickly, right? So often looks towards pace as one of his kind of key solutions to problems. Fallen a bit more of a master of it. He'll gladly explore the full breadth of the clock in this game. And we've had some great calling from Fallen throughout this event and really throughout all of this year. Feels like having these, feels weird saying, you know, new pieces, but having these international pieces in the FURIA squad has rejuvenated him a little bit. And that was all the while he undertook, you know, switching onto rifling this year. So a bunch of new challenges, but in those, Fallen's found a lot of comfortability.
Yeah, there's been so much change, right? It's not just rifling, it's anchoring as well on CT sides in a lot of positions, playing the dirty spots, playing difficult positions. He's talked about how it's been pretty hard to adjust to that. Being able to just focus on his crosshair. Oh, this one's a bit weird. K-Serato's got an AK. You never want to arm this guy.
Definitely not. Doesn't quite get the molly out, but maybe he can still make this work. The util's too good. And K-Serato never gets a chance to even fire that AK.
Nice to see Mongols just not panic in that position. They know he's got a gun out, but no one scales in, allowing a crossfire to be established for FURIA. They just flush him with a Molotov, wallbang the wood. Mongols keep it very calm in that moment. No panic yet at 3-0 for the Mongols. It's really uncertain where pressure lies, right? On one hand, you have FURIA, who have every right to win this game against a new Mongols team with a inexperienced player at the top level. But at the same time, you can make that argument. Controllers, these games get harder and harder. These games get more and more important the deeper they run in the tournament. So how's he going to be able to keep up his form? He's had highs, he's had lows in this event so far. Right now, 4-1. Looking to feel natural in this Mongols team, as we've been saying all week. Slotting right in. Even AWPing at times. Mongols 3-0. This is where the game begins for FURIA.
Yeah, gone this whole time, not even really mentioning Molodoy, but he's going to don that AWP right away in this first rifle round, as is 9-10. They both get theirs. You know, in the early stages throughout the groups to kind of get into these playoffs, 9-10 was instrumental, especially during Mara's absence. It felt like in those games, it really wouldn't be too uncommon to see 9-10 the only guy hitting. And many times over, he was the difference maker. And so an undeniable reason as to why they've even made it to this position.
A slight distraction from Keserato might have just saved Fallen's life. Techno's spam damage puts him low. Techno's 6-0, even hit a one-tap at the end of last round. Mongols regroup for an A execute after putting pressure on the B side, getting rid of that retake util, but Fallen's called well in this round. The AWP will be left out of the play, but Fallen can sneak inside the site. What can he do here, though, on low health? Unless he gets hunkered down inside of A, there's very little assistance you can provide from CT at this kind of HP. In he goes.
Tries to play it into the site. You would have loved it if he could even get out with one. Instead, though, Yuri, hot on the heels of his captain with the trade, at least keeps this in a 4-on-4. Second swing at the stairs, this time out of Yakindar. As he plays it forward, every kill getting punished and clawed back by Yuri over here in Connector. And the spam connects. Won't quite deny the plant, though.
Nothing's impossible.
Especially not with the form we've had out of 9-10 here in Chengdu. And you want him to start strong, 1 versus 3. That would be a way to do it. First shot lands and the follow-up. Molodoy equally as quick, and that's how it is up against him. You don't have to give him a lot. You're out in the open for even a millisecond too long, it feels like, and Molodoy will punish.
Yeah, you feel like you need the AWP to be trading that, not the rifles, with how quick 9-10's hitting on his. And at times it's been his AWPing that's let him down versus how good his rifling's been, but that's 2 very nice shots from 9-10. A good attempt at keeping this game flawless for the Mongols. Molodoy puts FURIA on the board and starts their CT campaign. Liking the eye test from Techno right now, though. He's looking ferocious. Getting really stuck in. Whoa. AWPers almost clash. A perfect nade from Yakindar puts bLitz down to 40. Controllers doesn't panic as he gets blinded. Mongols full mid control. FURIA just itching to get involved. 4 players waiting, ready to pounce on middle. They find a gap. They might go together. Kinder chomping at the bit. The reins pull back for FURIA as Mongols set towards B. One more of these B splits for the Mongols and Molodoy in position to deal with it. Oh, that's a problem.
You lose almost all of this split, part of the split, right? And it doesn't look too great for bLitz as he rounds the corner. So now it's just a 3-man apps pop. Molodoy with a swing and a miss there as they try to move in, but the rest of his team have padded out this site. Gonna go a long way to mitigate any Molodoy misses, and yeah, there's Fallen and Yakindar keeping it on lock. Convincing looking round there from FURIA. Yeah, they get out with 5 alive, and they stop that short split in its tracks.
Yeah, I think they know what they're up against, right? You've done any homework in this game. You know Mongols are going to be looking to abuse B. You know they're always going to be finding bLitz, putting late mid pressure on. Great spam from Yakindar, shooting holes in the smoke, and able to find the first man up cat. Molodoy turns that split into hit. Fallen's so reliable, it feels like, in these anchor positions. So safe, rarely overstepping. And that can't be said, you know, in the first couple of games we saw him, first couple of events in these roles, but he's definitely found his comfort on this CT side. Often able to see him live long enough to tether with a rotate player. These grenades are proving to be a problem. bLitz last time, Techno now, and Yakinda always eager. Mongols have lost some serious health. Saw that. Easy.
I mean, that's the gun gone. You're going to try and retrieve it, but I don't know if Yakinda and Yuri are in a forgiving mood. They don't look keen on handing that rifle back over. It's just swing upon swing over in middle, and another flawless round for FURIA. That's 2 in a row now. Money starting to build up on this CT side.
Really annoying round for the Mongols, who got given so much room in middle last time when they put their util down, but they don't have it this time, and FURIA just keep re-peeking, poking, prodding. Mongols never get to make their move and make their play. You call out a timeout here, going into the next buy round. 9-10 on the AWP, Techno, only Tech 9. Got enough to work with here for the Mongols. We know they do more with less. bLitz not the kind of captain to always be setting up his stars and dropping them guns, right? He is very self-assured in his ability. We'll see him rage by AWPs on eco rounds. We'll see him play hero rifles. And so, despite the strong early start from Techno, it is still bLitz on that AK, believing in his own ability.
No, you know, it's one of the things I think that can make him so exciting as a captain. He does have a lot of faith in himself, and in some of these games, it's very, very justified.
It's not a good smoke.
I even remember actually back at TWC recently, an event where Mongols faced a bit of a shocker of a result. In an interview, they asked him, you know, who would you want alive in clutches? He said, oh, myself. And, you know, it was so easy for him. Here's the B-pop. Let's see what they can do. Running on through. 9-10 holds the line with the AWP. Fallen needs to offer up some resistance here with Molodoy dead straight away, and a follow-up from bLitz on that rifle. Keserato plays it forward. Will deny the bomb plant, but with so much time left, it's really nothing for FURIA to go off of. And Yuri might have looked good to open, but this is a 1v4 as it begins. AWP also in the sight and entrenched. 9-10 on the line, does not miss those.
A small detail, but it felt like it wrecked around there. Fallen smoke bounces so strangely. It didn't even look like he aimed in the wrong place. It just like clipped off, bounced back towards him, and that meant Fallen had to suddenly start playing passive. He had to pick a new position. He fell off of apartments, went towards short, didn't get given a fight until bLitz just pokes his head off. And Fallen the whole time waiting. He sees the barrel of the AWP, but he's not given enough to take the kill. So really ugly behold for FURIA. Not the time to lose that round. Giving Mongols in the hole and 5-3 lead.
I mean, Mongols love it, right? You can't look an opportunity like that the wrong way. They follow through on Fallen's mistake, and we always say he's a real maestro with the util. He's kind of elevated this team's util game through the roof. So yeah, a rarity that Fallen's going to be the one messing up nades.
Yeah, it felt like a clipping issue more than anything, right? Just a smoke that bounced back towards him. Molodoy has been very active on the CT side, moving around with the AWP. Not going for the window picks, maybe no spawns yet. But back to peek the B apartments. Mongols send their regards with nades of their own onto the window player. This time it's Keserato. There is a response from Yakinda. Boost would not be a bad move here for the Mongols. Especially not with Fallen pushed back, it gives room. Keserato has got to be ready for this.
Yakinda catches them on the cock push, and he farms. And that's round secure. Yakinda guarantees it. Up close and personal, that's where he does his best. That's where he feels most comfortable.
Hey, it feels unnecessarily chaotic for the Mongols just to run 3 players through the smoke, but that's the Mongols, man, first time. perfect position for Yekindar with backs turned and the AWP through third. Mongols don't even get a foot in the door. Window player shuts down the last two. And it's a full house from the firepower of FURIA. (9-10) on an AK though. I'm watching.
Yeah, it was his rifling that was so electric in those groups.
Silent this time. Ooh.
They actually have a real good degree of room out here in middle. Flash is great though, and Yekindar are going to pounce in on the back of it. Nothing you can do about that. Window smoke naded open, 9-10 shut down in mid. That's the hero gun. Gone once more as FURIA look for another flawless round. And that's what's giving you a lot of concern here. Sure, you had that one successful B hit out of the Mongols since the guns have come out, but other than that, every round FURIA have picked up, it's been 5 alive.
And they've just been crushing it in middle as well, right? Mongols just keep getting poked when they're making moves, trying to boost up multiple times, trying to make cat splits happen. FURIA just re-flashing and re-fighting together. That's a FURIA who were really heavy on the bomb sites. Something tells them it's going to be mid-controlled, even though Mongols walk silently. FURIA don't even take a death. You feel like now surely you're going to get an execute from the Mongols, right? Mid-control has not worked. So we have Yuri anchor down, tucked in sandwich. Fallen jumping B for info. A new position in ladder taken by FURIA. Something different in this round. Mongols are very quiet. Looks like they want to recommit to B though after this early fake. Trying to force the util out. It's Molodoy who takes the line.
Feels like FURIA are building a good picture of this one. You know, Molodoy not over towards Catwalk as he has been in previous rounds when he's occupied this B site, but just getting down now. And if we know the Mongols like we do, that smoke doesn't scare them. Maybe the AWP will. Kesarato provides cover. 9-10, suddenly the only man actually left in the apartments, and that bomb's going back with bLitz. Gonna try and link up with Techno, who's secured them a lot of ground out here on A, but they've got to do something with it now. FURIA fully chomped down on this B hit, so at bare minimum, Mongols should be good for a bomb plant, and Techno has just guaranteed that.
Oh, this might be the kill for Yekindar on the flank as well. 9-10 doesn't realize Yekindar can't run too early, but he takes his chance to shoot him in the back of the head. 2v4 now in this post plant. Pick your positions wisely.
At bare minimum, you know you got to fight on this wraparound. bLitz knows he has a chance to find that 2-on-3 here and now, but he's shut down. And so Techno, 1v4, ace clutch required. Catches the first man in. Techno, aware of this ramp flank. Here's the footsteps in behind him as well. He's got a lot of info to work with here, but that bomb's being stuck and there's nothing Techno can hope to do about it. It's not planted for him, and the round just gonna sail by for the Mongols. FURIA pick it up in the retake. Everything about that hits hard for them. The Yekindar flank in with the double. Techno's push out in A. Sure, it nets him that one kill, but they're so far in the hole at that point, it's hard to build your way back out of it.
And because they're 2v4, they have to play aggressive post-plant positions. They can't just sit on default, get flushed out by utility, get traded by FURIA, who clear a lot of positions. So bLitz away from the bomb, Techno away from the bomb. No one can stop that defuse. As soon as FURIA see its default, they just go for it. Trapping Techno in a cave and continuing this solid CT-sided run.
And I do think this is one of the things that's so exciting about this FURIA squad is the presence of Yekindar is a real X-factor piece, right? You're not always going to get these games out of him where he completely dominates, but because of how he plays, he's very snowbally. Yeah. If he kind of starts strong, that's going to follow through. Well, right now, he's 12-4. And this is on the CT side, but the T side still to come. And
he's done more value than just his score would dictate, right? He's been pressuring mid. How about this one? Just charging top mid with a nade on the smoke. But it's a little too late. He had his chance. That flash expires and 9-10 fires back. Waiting. Molodoy in the connector, not seeing him with Yorp here, but he gets smoked off as well.
Very important that the Mongols find something on the back of this round. They've got a 5v3 that goes untraded.
Okay.
Push out of Queserato.
Oh, no.
Gets the double back from mid. Queserato on the transfer. And that advantage that the Mongols work for, that they put all their util on the line for on that mid push, it's instantly reduced back to an even odds battle. The bomb's still in T-spawn, by the way, and no one's really in a good position to go and get this.
Who's going to get it? Techno certainly can't. He's down on bench. Right now, FURIA is setting up to retake B. They think this is definitely a B hit. Mongols are wasting time clearing the A side, but it will allow path for the bomb to come through later. If Techno can just buy some time and get a kill, keep the pressure on, FURIA will continue to fall for this fake, but the bomb's coming in. They don't know. Oh, it might not matter if Techno gets the glory. There's one right behind him.
When you learn about Yuri in the apartments, I mean, now, surely FURIA think it's A. Mazinho might actually get an empty B site.
No
You can
way.
hear the footsteps of Yuri over on short.
He goes back.
bLitz is moving back in to join him now over on this B hit, and Yuri is about to leave. Oh, there's the spot. And a lucky spot indeed as Yuri plays it forward. He knows this fight has to happen. You can't plant. And with Mazinho dead, the round follows with it. Confusing out of the Mongols as they get a bit lost in the sauce in this round.
Yeah, FURIA just grouping really, really well. And even though they get the call wrong initially, it's 2A, 1B, right? They don't know where Mongols are or that they've forgotten the bomb, which slows everything down. It still doesn't matter because they do it together. FURIA able to trade contact. And Techno's 1K in the B bomb site, all it does is draw Mongols in to their own demise. That's a 3v5, Harry. Queserato's double matches his scoreline with Yakindar. You said Mongols have to win that round. Well, what about now?
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is one of these scenarios now where if it weren't for the pistol, this would be a runaway half for FURIA. The only reason you still kind of feel all right about this scoreline is because of that pistol.
Mongols
and
chaos.
so they're looking to claw onto something, but as is often the case, FURIA hit back twice as hard. 9-10 plays it forward, trying to do something unexpected here in a desperate 1v3 attempt.
He's escaped. He's read this. He knows Queserato threw the util from mid, so he's reset on the big flank. He also knows he needs to move quick. Eventually, we'll have to start running if this play is going to work. It's a good read, but again, it's just we've seen Mongols in these clutches, these seemingly impossible clutches. They keep getting close. They need to convert one. Could this be it? 9-10, the standout player in this tournament for the Mongols. FURIA.
Still haven't realized. There you go. Penny drops. But it's allowed 9-10 to get great advanced position out through market.
You heard him.
Here's the reload. Knows the player's close. 9-10 rips heads off.
Won't be ready for a second in market now. Queserato very late.
Also saw the departure of Fallen. And now Queserato on this swing had to close that out. Clutch denied the way of 9-10. And it is a runaway half for FURIA. Only one rifle round found for the Mongols. It is a slow start for the Mongolian squad. Well, bad Fallen's back in action, and he's calling up a storm. Far from having huge individual impact himself, but he's put all his pieces in the right place, and it sees us through to a very top-heavy game right now. FURIA 8-4 up to open up this quarterfinal run. If it weren't for the pistol round for the Mongols, this could have felt even more dominant. That's the crazy part. The first 4 rounds that FURIA win, they do so flawlessly without losing a single player, and that left them in such a good place for the rest of the half.
Yeah.
If they can go on to find this pistol, this could be a very quick map, and the Mongols map pick gone in a second.
Got to stop this A-Rush first, though. Mongols pistols have been strong in this tournament, winning 5 out of 6 against Spirit. The CT side starting to crumble. A 2v2 emerges from the disadvantage. Keserato and Molodoy, number 2 and number 3 rated players of this event, and they're doing it on their own. 4 kills from the pair. Controller's 3 health, bomb planted, impossible.
Yeah, Controllers has actually had some really important clutches for the Mongols throughout this tournament, some of them very unlikely, but surely this is not one of them. 3 points of health, single bullet from Keserato, who is in top form right now, would be enough to get rid of him. As Controllers walks in, back turn, Keserato's never had it so easy. 17 and 5, and Molodoy finally getting a chance to play as well.
Yeah.
He's just kind of been in the sidecar here. Hasn't really felt like a requirement with the rifle trio hitting so hard. So chance to stretch his legs a bit in this pistol round as they cook in a, well, was for a brief moment, you know, a little 2v4 turnaround.
More excellence from Keserato. I mean, the game plan on the CT side was perfect for FURIA, just harassing mid the entire time. This one feels like it's been handed to them on a silver platter. Got to convert against an expected Mongols force buy. And bLitz is just getting hammered through this window smoke, barely escapes. 3 and 10, but not so much as a savior here for the Mongols, just Techno, who, in the absence of Senzu, we've seen be a far more aggressive player. He's been at the front of his team, going for a lot more entry kills, taking the most early fights of this squad. And even when he's gained space here, it's not exactly turned into rounds for the Mongols. Nothing's been fruitful here on Mirage. FURIA back to this B-bomb site, back to the stack. Does give Mongols a shot. bLitz in a strong position despite low health. SMG's got to tear through FURIA if Mongols want a chance in this map.
There's the opening out of Yakindar. Fallen also takes up position over here on short. Will fall down.
Oh dear.
And the boost of bLitz nets them another. It's Keserato again on these transfers, trying to claw it back. Molodoy left up in the clutch. 1v2. Player wrapping around on short, arms themselves with a Galil. Mazinho could be threatening here as Molodoy tries to play in, and they're waiting to pincer him. You just can't have 9-10 go too soon. Mazinho holding on for a cross, fires off early, but Molodoy will make it into the site up close. Deals with 9-10. He's got 10 seconds to try and line this one up. Whoa! And that's Molodoy for you. In the blink of an eye, it's all ripped away. Chance to upset early, denied by the rookie sensation in FURIA.
Yeah, the student learns, delivers a lesson of his own. 1v2 clutch with seconds to spare against the Mongols, and that's to avoid a devastating force buy win. Molodoy makes it look easy. And a frustrating game, I'm sure, for the Mongols, who almost feel like destined to force in this 3rd round. They get 4 kills. Just haven't been able to grip on in this game. Free falling right now on the CT side. We might not get full gun rounds from them. Controllers has been the best CT player for the Mongols, but he is all on his own. Jump spotting the B-bomb site as FURIA come in with 4.
Oh, and he's got a lot to answer for in this round, doesn't he?
Team flash.
Little awkward, sure, as it slows the roll. It stops the scaling, but reinforcements still don't arrive in time in spite of that. Techno able to claw one back, but dead on the
risky.
push, and the trades have felt dead on here for FURIA. They learn about Fallen on this late lurk in mid. Mizinho, Hail Mary push, makes it deep in the sight with a lot of damage. Not going to lead to anything. 9-10 with one, but surely that's the end of the line. And yeah, there's those trades for FURIA. Dude, this might be a case for the Mongols where you never get to play a gun round in this second half. They're kind of out of time. What, do you take a partial buy here? Get your first rifle round at 12-4 down. Just brutal to feel like you didn't even really get a chance to play on this CT half. This game might go by without a single full CT gun round for the Mongols.
Yeah, quad FAMAS is a sign of the times here. Scout, bit too high as FURIA duck the shots, swinging out middle. K-Serato is 20-6 right now. Unreal output. As FURIA take their time. Mongols make a move, pushing through the B apartments is going to further confirm this A attack, but can they stop FURIA in this form? It doesn't feel likely. Up close, Mizinho. 9-10 trying to provide cover. That smoke's well timed, but they just jump through. They don't respect right now. Even an upgrade for Yakindar. Swung together, Molodoi gets a double.
Wow.
Dirty shots.
That's from CT to the top of stairs. On the flick with the AK, double peaked, and Molodoi makes it look like he's also thinking about switching off the AWP and onto the rifle.
Fallen will welcome it. Doing the dirty job right now, planting that bomb.
And if one thing's been clear in this game, it's that FURIA have a great idea of what they're up against. It's something that you always have to tip your hat to this team on. Their prep work, their knowledge of their opponents, and knowing how to kind of change their style and what they're bringing to the table to try and exploit that, right? You're expecting aggression, you're expecting force buys, you can never take your eyes off of a smoke. Think about how many smoke pushes they denied just through kind of stubbornness, the idea that they will come, you know, they will not respect this. Yakindar got that sick little 3K earlier in the game. And I think even with how often you ended up in those weird rounds in the first half where the Mongols had a bomb site, didn't have the bomb, they actually sometimes had both bomb sites at the same time. FURIA just kept it so mobile to try and stay ahead of, you know, one of the most mobile teams in Counter-Strike in this Mongols roster.
Yeah, and while this was such a one-sided series for the Mongols on their rise across 2024 and the first season of 25, as soon as FURIA made this change, we started to see better games from them, closer series at Astana, and now just domination in this head-to-head. This will be the third win of Mirage in a row for FURIA.
Set such a trend that other Brazilian teams are trying to copy them.
MIBR with the budget FURIA moves.
Yeah. But you know, it kind of was eye-opening for a region that so often kind of don't look outside of their own. And it's nice that FURIA, as the biggest Brazilian organization, were the ones to kind of set that precedent.
I mean, it's Yanko said on the desk, right, it's the riskiest move. It's the roster move of the year, bringing in these two, not just because Molodoi had almost no experience and certainly none at Tier 1, but also because Yakindar was in the lowest stock of his career so far. Oh dear, you just don't want to face K-Serato right now. Techno delivers a double at this B bomb site. It may make this round winnable, but FURIA have done it from so many disadvantages.
It's Fallen and Yakindar as well, left up in this 2-on-3. Very much a good pair of brains for the job, but with Yakindar dead back in con, it's going to fall to the master. What's Fallen got up his sleeve? They moved two players over, so he's going into the stack. And a clean finish out of control as the Mongols at least will get a proper gun round here on this CT half. It's not saying much. You got to start somewhere.
Better than never getting a full buy, I guess. But no room for error from the Mongols. FURIA, they have everything they need. Molodoi's back on the AWP as well. Back to this B-bomb side.
Well, I think Fallen is a very scary guy when he gets to call from the front like this. He likes the mind games. He has a tremendous amount of faith in his calls and his reads. And so giving him this many chances. Might just get it done at the second time of asking. Molodoy.
Okay.
Swing and a miss on controllers, but still, for a one-man exec through the apartments, Molodoy's drawn, rotates, he's found an opening, and he's created gaps all across the map. It's on the Mongols now to try and fill them, and 910 gets spammed to death. This A site is now under the microscope. Only Mazinho here. First shot lands short, but they're closing in on him. The drop down for Yuri gets rid of the anchor. And a 3-on-2 now for FURIA as they're teed up for the win on the Mongols map, Pick and Mirage.
bLitz just throwing himself in here. We need a hero for the Mongols, but they've been getting wall-banged out of this round, and bLitz on 4 health is on notice. Inevitable as FURIA finish what they started in that first half. 13-5 domination over the Mongols fairy tale run with the new boy controllers. That is 3 Mirage wins in a row for FURIA over the Mongols, and we head to Overpass with a flawless track record on a 9-win streak. Map they haven't lost in months. Overpass 9-win streak. Mongols uncomfortable. Is this the end of the Mongols in China?
Remember, mouse game started 0-5, bro, and then we still came back pretty good to that map Overpass against them. So we're gonna find the answers. Don't worry, it's Overpass. We're gonna find the answers. Let them be stressed. Let them be 10%.
Let them be stressed.
That was 5-0 down on the T side for FURIA. They pulled it all the way back. They got a 5-round T half.
Something to be said, right? When you have the kind of track record that FURIA do, you are always a long way away from feeling truly uncomfortable. And like they say, they'll find the answers. And with how that last map went, just how dominant it was, I'm not even that worried about FURIA coming in cold. Fallen and Keserato with the util as they set their sights on an A play here. On flash to make it happen. 2 smokes for the choke points. Molly in there as well to burn out one of these defenders. The Mongols might have a triple stack here, but that util is going to make life hard.
Molodoy and Yakinda cracking open this bomb site. P250 fires off. It's the Glock that falls first. 3-man hold should be enough, and the rotator flurrying in. Mongols have the manpower. Can they find the round? Controllers takes 2 before all is said and done, and Yakinda can't get space. Every Glock cut down, just the Latvian in the clutch.
Look, he's at least not getting flanked here, right? All 3 fights rolled out in front of him. Now they might just peek on first contact, try and triple swing him. If someone goes too soon, it can get weird. No, they count it down, they go together. And so the Mongols, good stuff again in the pistol rounds. That was where kind of all their work was done back on Mirage. So they've at least got that in their back pocket to open up Overpass. This is to be the start of a rebuild. Something I will say for the Mongols is, you know, in some of these group stage games, it really wasn't uncommon to see a bunch of players go missing all at once. We talked about how 910 was instrumental and hands down the reason that they made it this far, kind of keeping the team alive until Mara arrived. And so it was quiet from almost everyone. Techno is really the only guy putting anything on the board for the Mongols. If you can get a bit of a reactivation from the rest of the gang, you will suddenly feel like a very different team.
Yeah, you have expectations of 910 just because he's the AWPer and we're on the best AWP map. The Controllers was the guy on CT side inside of the group stage. Highest rated Mongols player on defense. 1.17. With a 2K in the pistol round, following up here, it's at least a strong start for Controllers. He will be put down though. Yakinda, winning this should be impossible. 3 players, 6 health. They don't know who's here, but Techno holds on to short, and so Mongols will convert. It's not a map the Mongols play frequently. They felt heroic in the group stages here. Sure, they have beaten FURIA on it before. Since that point, FURIA have just been running away, forging a 9-win streak on this map. top teams taken as well, including that Mao's 05 start. Game against Vitality at EPL. No sleepers to overpass our FURIA, so required early rounds here for the Mongols to relieve some pressure.
Yeah, you really want to get off to a good start, because you referenced that win that they had. That was back at, the Fisher Playground final in the BO5, a fantastic final, sure, one that went the distance. And when Mongols won that, it was on the back of it. Real nice looking CT lead. They squeak out of it with 8-4. And then in that second half, able to kind of keep things competitive on the back of the pistol, coming through with, 4-spy win and whatnot. And then that just meant FURIA essentially ran out of gas by the end of the map. They didn't have the mileage, the money needed to keep themselves in that game. It already felt too far gone. And so you really want to put your best foot forward here. Finding the pistol is already a nice place to be. But this first rifle round, that would be the cherry on top. Especially when, coming into this, all aware that there's a chance that Mongols get off to a hot start.
Yeah.
You tried to lay that on thick, that they can pull this back no matter the scoreline.
I like that acknowledgement, right? Like, it may start strong, it may start weak, but it will end strong. We know we can find the answers. Maybe they come sooner than we expect. Yakinda pushes the mid smoke to 1-for-1, but the MP9 trading for Yakinda's life is worth for the Mongols. Control is he going to commit here on the fade? He needs to watch the smoke. Fallen, crosshair in the right place, puts him down. And 910 went back, maybe scared a connector. Unable to assist or trade his teammate. And if he looks to make a move, 3 FURIA players are patient in middle. So he just has to hold the long position. The call will come in though. They can walk up bathrooms into A. So 910 knows eventually he'll have to play. Will it be too soon? Molodoy's waiting. Easy shot. And so 910 plays into the hand of FURIA. And you feel like the round has been gifted at this point.
Well, I think it's another good example of FURIA being very aware of what they're up against, right? That the Mongols will be likely to try and bring fights to you, that if you maintain a default here, you kind of hold your ground early on, you have that chance of picking up openers for it, and they've really sweetened the deal here, denying that triple mid-take. Now, playing into B, they're anticipating Mongols have rotated away from this one, but they stayed stubborn in this B defense, keeping both players here. So, round still on here. Mazinho and bLitz. There's the opener for bLitz.
Oh!
Bit more back, and suddenly it's fallen apart. They never moved a muscle, and FURIA end up coming to them.
2v4 in just seconds for the Mongols, and no real flashes to talk about. One is thrown in deep, but FURIA, they feel like manpower is enough to just break into that bomb site. It really is not. Mongols able to trade contacts so well. Both getting 2. And yeah, FURIA, again, they acknowledge it can start slow, but that is the worst way for it to start. 4v2, you've done the work. Mongols would have saved if you walked into A. So FURIA have to keep their head on their shoulders in this T side. Explosion to B right now. Team that love to use the nade stacks on the pillar and pop out the monster.
Yeah, still it's into this 3-man hold. Could get tricky. There's the support from bLitz. He's dead, toppled. And so another chance at a round here for FURIA. It would go a long way to making up for the last one. Coming into this with next to nothing, getting out with a bomb plant. It's not bad, but let's see if you can make it better. Techno dead on the push. At 9-10 over in heaven, smoked off, blocked on that AWP. He's going to head for the hills.
Such an important kill for Fallen there, swinging off default. It's high risk, high reward, right? He knows that that player can chase down Yuri in the pit. But Fallen peaks right as he starts to move in on the bridge. And Molodoy, he wants his AWP back. Gonna look to take it. There it is. So no save for the Mongols. They still can buy their own AWP, but FURIA get one for free. Explosion on the B bomb site from a bunch of Tech 9s and some really nice shots. Yakinda onto heaven. And Molodoy. It's a frustrating round to lose.
It really is. For FURIA, it goes such a long way to mitigating the damage of losing that last little 4v2. You kind of forgive yourself somewhat for giving that one away, picking it up on your force buy.
Keep using this boost as well. Spam's problematic. We remember FURIA were wrecking Mouse. Yuri was putting kills onto Exertion almost every time through this wall. Mongols look for some revenge of their own, but only a bit of damage early in this round. It's the long setup with Yakinda and Molodoi working middle together. Molly on the tree, very nice.
Oh, but you see you're going into a double hold.
Yeah.
That's info, at least. You know there's likely a gap over here towards the toilets, and so Fallen and Co going to try and move into that now. Hell of a pickup for Yuri.
They know.
They're ready for this fallback. 9-10, that's an awkward miss. Will it be unforgivable, or can he make amends? Second shot lands, but they've already closed in. And Yuri waits. They know about a second player. They know that Techno was also out on long. And that smoke feels like it's just given it away. Yuri with the catch. 3 versus 2 now. Another advantage for FURIA, and one they can't afford to give away.
Nice move from Molodoi. Don't put on the bomb. We got Yuri in the site, 3 kills deep, and Molodoi can cover the flank on the orb. One player from CT alone right now. Controllers, think nothing more. Needed a single bullet to start that clutch off as Muzino is saving down on B. That was a very scary round, to be honest. As soon as 9-10 gets back to the bomb site with the AWP, you feel like he can bail them out. Fallen swings before his smoke blooms. But there were too many missed shots for 9-10 on that orb. He had a couple of chances, both eluded by FURIA. And so second round on this T side. Need 9-10 to be connecting those kills.
Yeah, 100%. You know, in a way, he kind of hit the harder one of the 3 that he tries to take. You don't want to feel like it's the easy shots or what's letting you down. And already, you're in a very rough spot on this CT side. You got to acknowledge it.
Sure.
It's only 2-4 on the board, but it really should be about to get better here for FURIA as they've broken the money of the Mongols. As is often the case, you can never be sure whether or not they're going to throw an investment in. So I think in a lot of these rounds, you have to play it like you're up against rifles. What with the Mongols being kind of one of the most aggressive purchasing teams we have at the top level of CS. Maybe the most aggressive.
We've seen door get naded off every round. It's been some late round door nades for Mongols. It's actually FURIA who break it open to let the orb fight. As you know, with one of the 2 M4s swings down connector, but Yuri's patient. And Mongols did walk into water, so you got to watch out. bLitz on a headshot angle, finds that orb.
Hey, if you go and look at the Molodoi demos, he watches that boost almost every time they go for the con fight. So nice awareness from bLitz.
Just bursted Yuri through the smoke. They're walking out monster.
Oh, Kisarato. Don't misstep now.
This is still very scary. Fallen might have to just take that bomb to A. Yakinda's still got at least some space. Very cautious about what remains on this A bomb side, but it's a full stack for the Mongols. Yet again.
Kisarato's output over towards Monster can be tremendous in these games. He's such a huge reason to their success on Overpass. And you'll frequently see him, you know, going for these types of plays out through Monster, and he knows when it's too much. He knows when he's missed a window of opportunity. So hangs back for a moment, doesn't offer anything up, and it feels like FURIA might just follow through, actually, with this B hit after all. Going into a 2-man stack, but the rifle isn't one of them.
bLitz in heaven now. Smoked off, might have to throw himself through this smoke, at least play on the lip of heaven because his teammates only have pistols in the sight. He waits for their contact. 10 seconds, bLitz dead first. This is going very wrong. Mongols had everyone here and FURIA put them all down. Not a death in that 3v3. FURIA walk in with 10 seconds, no room for error and no error made. That's 3 rounds in a row for FURIA. Look at this one. bLitz just set them up perfectly.
I mean, I do think that's something that's a lot more promising here on Overpass, is the good start from bLitz. He's not one of the captains that can really afford to go quiet, what with how he likes to play, with the positions he likes to find himself in. You kind of need output from the Mongols captain.
Yeah.
And so whenever he does have these games where he just is a non-starter, it always feels like they're missing a hell of a lot.
Especially when you consider the loss of Chengdu and the loss of firepower, and even some experience at that. Need everyone popping off if you're going to win this game against the FURIA in this form.
I mean, this round is going to be worth a great deal in shaping up this match. Mongols, they're all in. They took a bit of a half investment in the round prior around that saved gun. They have mostly everything they need here, but they are all in. And if you come up short, suddenly this T side really starts to pick up steam.
Really good Monster Flash being lined up by Molodoi, but Mizzino's going to pull away from Monster at the right time. He's tucked in on the barrels. Meanwhile, Mongols are focusing on taking water control, and so Mizzino's nade, high damage, but he can't follow up. FURIA, red carpet into this B-bomb site.
So they move in. Dueling players on the rotate down at CT. bLitz able to claim one back. There's a lineup. Molodoi and Yuri chip away at this defense. And even though 9-10 here in time, he's left in a 1-on-3. Last to arrive for the Mongols. And he might just have to bow out of this one.
Unless... But no, Fallen's tucked in. Great Molotov there. Mongols wanted to throw themselves into that bomb site to help out what was a weak hold. They were throwing short water util. But it's disallowed, and this save may be the same. Molodoi, every time he's come hunting for this AWP. 9-10's learned his lesson though. Can survive back in the bank here. Doesn't need to be running for this one. Molodoi creeps in, and 9-10 will survive with his orb. So that's something here for the Mongols into a low economy round. You know Mongols deep down want to buy, getting again 4 kills. But everyone on 3400, you wouldn't be wielding M4s. It's just not worth it. And so lead available. FURIA again, from a slow start, look to recover their T side. Oh, great grenade as well.
All right, not a bad way to open 9-10. You would have loved for that to have been the kill.
Yeah, he's committing. Got to run away.
Yeah, stubborn on this. I mean, he knows, you know, they desperately need to get out of this position they're in with their backs against the wall.
Oh, he didn't shoot! Oh, you're in trouble.
And they close in on 9-10. Another chance to be the fire starter, be the guy to get the round going for the Mongols, and it's another swing and a miss.
First couple of shots were
swing.
missed. Yeah, first couple of shots were missed by Molodoi. He could have just taken him. Orb is handed over to Yakinda. How does he orb with how close he sits to his screen?
He already is open on the AK.
Good wallbang as well. This is not guaranteed round though for FURIA, despite the lesser weaponry. The flank isn't playing, it's waiting for the commitment. Right now FURIA are being forced into A.
Yeah, and that's nice from Techno, right? Just playing insurance policy, making sure they can't rotate down con and look for that B site. It allows this triple stack to be maintained and still be effective. Mizzino up close, that's the bomb drop now.
Flank
but
now.
He's lost his teammates. Flank gets activated, it's Fallen with the turn. Mizzino can't do it. Fallen puts him in a casket. 2 off of him, a 180 onto that flanking player. And an important trade to stop Mizzino. That's all the while he's low on HP.
Fallen Rifleman still got it. 180, first bullet headshot when he's dinked immediately. This is a thing of beauty. And even the second kill feels like a requirement with how far his teammate is and how low the clock comes. Fallen saves the day. And head in hands for the whole of Mongols, because that was a near eco win. FURIA keep up this streak.
Not a bad time to bring out a gimmick like this. Little boost to pepper damage down through connector. And I mean, look at how low all the FURIA are in the first, not even 30 seconds of the round.
Yikes.
Falling at 1 HP, Akindar on 2. Yuri also a shot away from death. You only have K Serato and Molodoi in a position to get away with much if you're FURIA.
How do you win this? You've been in a 5v4.
Fallen gets to don the AWP. And ever since giving it up, you feel like the few times he gets his hands on it, he looks to come up with the goods. He looks to deliver you a round. But at 1 point of health, even the wind blowing in the wrong direction would be enough to get rid of Fallen here.
It's crazy. Fallen. Okay, Serato runs out Monster. Another player on low health. Fallen follows up as they panic rotate. Fallen's waiting with the AWP, and no one needs health here apparently. FURIA do more with less. K Serato spotting bLitz in heaven. The bomb's running in. How are FURIA winning these positions as cleanly as they are? K Serato, he risks all the health of the team on a monster smoke push. And he comes out with the goods.
That's just wild. There's 52 health on 4 FURIA players, and that's shared between them. And they go on to close the round with 5
You
alive.
feel like Mongols are crumbling right now, right? It's not just the look on their faces, it's just the rounds they're losing in this game must really hurt. Mara's using 2 timeouts already in the first 10 rounds. And Mongols haven't made their classic, overforce mistakes. They've been playing it by the book, but other than that one crazy 2v4 early in the game, they've had nothing.
And just the idea that, this streak, this lead, this really strong position is found for FURIA on their T side of all halves. Even that gets you nervous, right? Touched upon it last time. The last team to beat FURIA on Overpass was TheMongolz. Since then, they've gotten better. They've grown stronger, 9 in a row on the map.
So much frustration in this game. I really can't blame the Mongols for feeling that way. Akindar does not respect this mid-smoke. He does not wait. And 9-10 again, dead early. They run right past Con, but they go back and check it out. Akindar, the tip of the spear. No way! Give them a break!
You just feel like everything's against you right now if you're the Mongols. Bomb hangs around over here in mid on the back of Molodoi.
I'm not even worried. Why would you clear this? You're not going to live long enough to. Oh, and the orb's coming in. Oh. Even in this moment, FURIA patient because everything's paying off. They just tap out the last 2.
It's so concerning just how many flawless rounds now in this series FURIA have picked up.
True, back-to-back in this game.
Nothing gives the semblance that the game's fully out of your hands as these type of rounds.
And with how quick they come as well, right? Mongols throw their default utility. FURIA run through it.
Yeah, it's also not like FURIA are really holding this default anymore and waiting for the Mongols' aggression, at least if that's how the rounds are going flawlessly against you, you kind of would at least rationalize it by saying, well, we're playing our own game, they're ready for that. But no, it's largely FURIA bringing the fight.
Oh, close, but the grenade does even more damage from outside B. And as we've learned in this map, close does not cut it for the Mongols. They need something to celebrate at the end of this half. Well, this is going to be an 8 rounds in a row T-side finish for FURIA. The Mongols break that momentum. Is that task obtainable?
And you just can't stomach the 2 8-4 halves. This one even more forgivable than the last. Again, feeling like the pistol was the only time you could do anything. The Akindar has come into these playoffs like a man possessed. 2 fantastic maps now. and just constantly, you know, out aggroing the Mongols.
He's had a point to prove on these T sides. And another seemingly unlikely round for the Mongols. 3-on-5, bomb moving in. bLitz may have the element of surprise, but not for long as that smoke fades. This one is looking done.
All right, Mizinho picks up a freebie. You have to entertain the idea here. It's a 2-on-3, albeit an unlikely one. FURIA haven't exactly had a lot of time to get super comfortable here. They're still trapped in around the dice box, but Serato and Yuri, the fangs of FURIA, see them through to an excellent T-side. 8-4, FURIA are knocking on the door of the semis.
FURIA fight with both feet forward as they leap through this series, crushing Mongols while they do. Two dominant maps, two 8-4 first halves, and the Mongols that may be done in China on this fairy tale run. Falcons wait in the semi-finals. FURIA setting up a date with them right now as they move over to the CT side of Overpass.
Yeah, and you just don't have a lot of room to breathe here if you're the Mongols. Exact same situation as back on Mirage, where all eyes are on this pistol round. If you don't pick it up, well, you already saw what happens. You're left feeling like you don't even get a chance to play. So if you're one of the folks that believe, you know, pistol rounds are a bit wildcardy, you're leaving it to a coin flip to decide whether or not you get to continue in Chengdu.
I mean, look how long this stack is going on right now. We've got 2 connector players, 2 B players, and we've got Yikinda still spotting middle at 1:10 on the clock. Escaping out long may be difficult, but Techno not given the kill he was waiting for. Yikinda able to go back to middle and maybe renegotiate. Very late in connector here are the Mongols, but FURIA have not wavered in their setup. Yikinda here's the flash up toilets. They're going to come for him. Bomb here. bLitz needs help. There's no one to stop Yikinda, but down in connector, a kill does come through. molodoy overwhelmed as well. Yikinda, he's got to spin like a Beyblade. They're coming from all sides.
He's done a really good job of dodging contact, but he can't run away forever. Finally, his time is up, and they flush out a very slippery Yikinda from the toilets. Techno on this aggression has given one away. You hope that doesn't come back to haunt you. Fallen now takes the line, playing it early out towards Bank. K-Serato on the rotate up as well. Fallen tries to close the distance. K-Serato's made it in. Mazzinho, important trades back and a strong start in the pistol. He puts up 3. The Mongols have a lifeline now.
Yeah, but not much room to wiggle here in this T side. They can't afford to lose to a force buy. You know FURIA will be bringing that in with the lead they have. Chaotic communication, I'm sure, in that round for the Mongols as they have to go back and forth multiple times over to flush out Yikinda and the players in con, but Mongols get it done. Can they make something of this match? Didn't even get started in that second half of Mirage. This is at least a better sign.
Never get too much time to rest. This force. Smagro moves to open up out of Yikinda, but it will get punished. He hung around out there in mid and isn't given a fair fight.
Bombs here.
On its own with bLitz over in con.
Right move to back up for sure. This is the timing, but they know about these con players, so bLitz gives it another check after giving the bomb to his team. Backstab, what? No one's watching. bLitz made me feel like he had the timing on that cross. He did not. K-Serato gets up and gets out.
It's him going back to drop the bomb, a move he had to do if he wanted to maintain con that created that gap. K-Serato finds it and gets out with this 4-on-4. And so now for the Mongols, you're aware of an extra player, an extra pair of hands over here at the A site, but you just don't have time to consider any other options. You have to follow through. And now Fallen's just blocked you with less than 20 seconds left on this A play.
Gotta go.
You're gonna have to push through the smoke. It's a Mongol specialty. They burn out molodoy. They'll clear Fallen. K-Serato can't resist. And so the Mongols put in a tight spot, still get through. Confidence is brimming for FURIA, so it's like, why not attempt it? They're gonna let Yuri give this 1v3 a go. He'll get spammed out. Game continues to close up. Money gone now for FURIA, and so it should come down to a 1-round game.
Yeah, skin of their teeth though, right? You don't feel good about that round. At least Mongols get those entries, all of them, instantly. And a Molotov to burn out molodoy, but one kill in that position goes the way of FURIA. I think Mongols lose the round. Good flash through the smoke for Mazzinho.
Interesting here. K-Serato grabs an M4.
I love it. And you know Fallen's going to be taking the L next round, right? He's going to end up on an MP9. Funding this team to buy up in a round like this, to give it a go. The controller says no.
Considering you have that short boost employed to try and watch for the connector runoff, door blowing off and everything, you feel a little disappointed that controller's still got all this space, but that's on him playing it fast with the MAC-10. K-Serato in a more conservative angle, and at this point, you start thinking now about saving this M4, right? You kind of took your gamble with the con push, that flash setup, hoping that K-Serato could spring to life a little bit later in the round. It hasn't panned out, but if you hold on to the gun, it's no harm, no foul. You still have a full buy in the next. So all right, clean finish here for the Mongols.
Yeah, save's probably not realistic here unless KSerato battles out of here, though, because they're holding B from both sides. Controllers is even hunting with the MAC-10. It's a good position for KSerato.
Controller's made a step as well.
Oh.
There's the clear. Now they know about the M4 in play, and it should be your top priority, really, to try and get this off of him. That's a nade
that could have
from
worked. That could have worked. If it didn't hit the girder, well, either way, bLitz will finish it off. But nice idea for the Mongols there, who now have reason to believe the dawn of this T side coming into the first full buy. And as said, Fallen takes the MP9, allowing his stars to rifle. Molodoi AWP2. FURIA, who went down 0-4 at the start of the half, still won it out with 8 rounds. Now faced with a similar prospect.
Yeah, neither AWP really yet to dominate here, but it felt like 9-10 had the larger degree of missed opportunities in that first half. So want him to start strong. Flash down in the connector. Controllers has decided over this T side that he wants to do battle with Yakindar. He's down to play at that same aggressive pace. He's down to challenge him. And once more, he's secured an opening for the Mongols.
Even further damage to KSerato. Some aggression out short is tamed by Controllers. He's a little boxed in right now, but his team can still make headway on the A site. Up long goes the bomb. Controllers mollied out, has to smoke it quick. 3 health the difference as he tries to survive. No guarantees here. Fallen, one more bullet will do it. Faking footsteps, Controllers will not move a muscle. Fallen.
Mazinho might come in and help out. He could. Instead, he's holding for the scale.
Just heard the reload close, though. Mazinho could drop down. Controllers is a dead man walking. Fallen knew it. And there's an upgrade available here. If they get this spot on long, smoke's available. Molodoi puts it down. Forcing Mongols perhaps into a very late round yet again, and FURIA make that gamble happen. Trusting in Fallen's call. 3 on this top side.
The Mazinho only commits to that clearing con now. Like, he's had multiple chances to have been involved in this round. Instead, he might just be left as a passenger. Going to be far away with only 20 seconds left. And so it comes down to 3 players in this A exec. That's the bomb loose over on long.
It can't go B.
You tell Pepper in the site, you've got to get a move on Mongols. Pace is not normally a problem for this team. The full rotator FURIA has already arrived, and it's not even needed. KSerato gets it done on his lonesome. And so this round goes nowhere. It stalls out awkwardly around that connector fight. And with Molodoi holding on to long, you were never that worried. Yeah. Final timeout as well. In a high-pressure game, they used so many in that first half. This is Mara's last chance to have a say.
Yeah, I feel like Mongols really overcomplicate that with the Fallen's faking them pretty hard, right? He's making footsteps, he's reloading, he's running around like there's more players there. That's perhaps why Mazinho doesn't drop down, but he needed to. He had to bail Controllers out, who is never going to survive in that position. And clearing con so late in the round after Controllers got a kill, he got a lot of damage. It's Fallen who makes the perfect call in the calm that there's no way they're coming B with me in this position here. I've got all the info. There's not a lot of time on the clock. They would have to full reset Monster, make that gamble happen. Molodoi drops the bomb. That all but confirms it for FURIA. Maybe see some of that lack of synergy on the new player with his team. In a chaotic round for the Mongols, it might get worse. Yakindar re-swings. Hey, that's the Yakindar way. But it will let him down again, fall into Controllers once more in this head-to-head. Could have gone out with 1 there.
Yeah, considering how problematic Yakindar has been for the Mongols across this series, it's great that Controllers is able to rival him. Great that he's able to match up.
That's your top player
But it's more than just 1 man in this FURIA squad. Everyone is having their rounds, having their moments. And so sure, you're able to beat Yakindar, but then you go running into this kid, Molodoi. 2 quick kills out of the connector.
And what can you do? Mazinho knew he had to take that fight. They had him trapped in con. There was nowhere to go. Molodoi lightning fast. 4v2 is even in the A site in time. Now they have walked past KSerato. But he takes one more before all is said and done. Molodoi with the cover. Molotov pushes him back, pushes him wide, but he gets one more shot in this round. Pre-fire does not connect, and Molodoi goes on with another multi-kill on the AWP.
I think this just felt great about watching the development of Molodoi. Was this idea, you know, in the early few events, thinking back to Astana and what followed. Sure, he made a big splash, but there's always the worry with new AWPers. Firstly, are they going to get counted? Are they going to have that strong opening because everyone's a bit unfamiliar with them, and then they start to figure you out? Doesn't feel like that's happened with Molodoi at all. I think he's really worked on taking shots that count, right? It's no longer about throwing 3, 4 AWP shots down range and converting on 2 of them. This guy has very true aim, and usually when he fires, it's rarely a swing and a miss.
Yeah, the best part about that is in 2 of those 3 fights, Mongols know what they're peeking into, they know who they're fighting, and they still can't stop him. He is so quick. The Kindar sniping them. What is he doing? Through his own Molotov. Finally put down, humbled, trying to stop them picking up that AK. But that's so oppressive from Yakindar. Fearless gameplay out of FURIA right now. Rubbing salt in the wound, and the Mongols, it stings. Got to dig themselves out again in a 2v4. Okay. Element of surprise. But pistol v rifle. And no support.
Yeah, 910's just so far away. And so essentially, Mizinho, 1v3 for this site control. He's looked for the AWP. He has been able to pick it up. 910's going to arrive as well. This lull in the action, giving enough time for his teammate to get in, but it might not come to matter. Because right when you cut one head off the beast, feels like 2 more grow back. You deal with Yuri here. Keserato just ducks out, knows that time will be wasted. 910 has angles to clear before he feels comfortable, and that's given time to Fallen on this wrap round. 910 is slowly but surely getting boxed in, and eventually Fallen arrives. There he is to deny the bomb plant. It's just so safe in that 2v1 in what has been a chaotic round. Has had some wild moments. You're caught by Mizinho up on long, but you find a way to get composure, to slow it down and leave the pressure on the Mongols, and that's what FURIA really do excel at. That's what Fallen is a master at, and it translates across to the rest of the team so nicely.
And at no point have Mongols really felt in this game, and I think part of the reasons is these rifle rounds, right? It's again a 4-round lead at the start of their CT side and a 3-round at the start of their T side. Since that point, 0 rounds. Once we hit 4 buys for FURIA, Mongols hit the wall. They got that 1-2v4 at the start of the game. Nothing else in rifle rounds since. When FURIA are armed, they are impossible to get through right now. And Yakindar, he can buy a rifle, he just doesn't want one. Putting them down with the MP9, controllers alone. bLitz at the back of connector with the bomb. He cannot scale here. He cannot scale on his own. Look at him go.
No way, no right to be getting away with this, Yakindar.
The wheels have fallen off. It's so crazy you don't expect the 3rd player. Because Mongols are just making moves on their own, autopilot. Yakindar, another double incon. Is that 3 in a row?
They're going to group, look for some solace over here towards B. Site they've largely left untouched in their T campaign. Going into Fallen and Yuri, you've at least strayed away. Oh, never mind. Keserato's just moved down as well. So you're going into the triple stack.
Good luck.
It's a 3-on-3 for the B site control. You're wounded, you're hurting. You're trying to play contact because you want the element of surprise. 910 and Techno rally the troops with some keen shots. It's only Molodoi into the stack, no problem, apparently. And so a very unlikely round, not the one you would have said the Mongols had dead to rights. They were playing right into FURIA's hands. If you can get a last-minute surge from 910 to find you something in these rifle rounds, maybe there's still hope, but they're on the less favored side versus an entrenched FURIA. It's a step in the right direction, but this will not be easy.
Second gun round in the game for the Mongols, right? The 2v4 on B and now the 3v4 on B in the T side. To be fair, they are the second best team at this event in winning disadvantage rounds, those 4v5s, second to Falcons, winning it 36% of the time, but how reproducible can it really be? We've still got money for FURIA. Mongols have to crack the nest.
I mean, they've won 4 rifle rounds in this series.
Oof.
And even then, I'm doing them a bit of justice by including 4 spies within that. So, yeah, you know, the track record just isn't there. You kind of have to set a new standard for yourself here, Mongols, because what they've shown thus far is not good enough.
It's now or it's never. Lose this round and FURIA are back on the board with match point, looking to face Falcons in the semi-finals. If Mongols win now, they do break the money, and it's a very different conversation. They've been weathering the storm. Can they find the light? Yukinda, a man who only deals in multis, might have to do it again.
Yeah, and his hard counter controllers isn't here. Techno will rise up to do it. 2 targets on screen, overwhelms Yukinda. Smoke to try and nullify Molodoy. You know this AWP's output, you know what he's capable of, and you hope that that smoke constantly applies pressure over on upper. In a 5-on-3, FURIA can't spare players, can't spare resources, and they kind of have to respect this smoke. So that leaves just Yuri at the B site. One man would have to go above and beyond, and Yuri stalls, tries to play late. That molly stops him. Queserato on the drop down gets denied, and Molodoy's save is far from guaranteed. 1 versus 5, and they forced him down towards lower. There's aggression here. And he hears them coming his way. That's a nice shot on a controllers. Could have been the collateral. But they will find Molodoy. That AWP removed from play and money broken for FURIA this late in the game.
Okay.
The Mongols will get to have a say on Overpass.
And despite how unlikely it felt, right, even FURIA, it was going perfectly for most of the map. 1 timeout now used, their first one in this entire game. Because everything has felt perfect, but Mongols have broken the money deep in the map. And a map that has only been close because of the pistols and conversions the Mongols have found. They now get the chance to capitalize with rifle rounds. This is going to be a full eco, and even the following buy will not be pretty for FURIA. Safe to say, Mongols have bought themselves away in this game. Never too late in Counter-Strike to start believing again.
Yeah, last time caught yourself unable to stop believing, ended up with your mind blown on Overpass. So let's see, little push down through the connector on pistols, and things do get weird, things do get wild. This is often the case with Yukinda down here in Con.
Why not?
Get out with 2 guns here.
Got to speed these rotates though. I think Mongols look like they just want to hurry into this A-bomb site, knowing both players are trapped behind the Molotov.
No, you have the gap, no, you have the room. Yuri going to try and beat them to it, but the Mongols still have this timing.
It's good smoke. It might provide a bit of cover for Yuri to get out.
Thinking about a save here.
Yeah, I like the save actually, because FURIA know that their next buy, as I said, will be weak. It's only 2,400, so you may as well keep your guns. You get better buys, you get more util, you get kits. So if you keep these 2 rifles, drastically improve your chances to win this follow-up gun round. A gun round that would allow Mongols to level the score out. But they've got to fight for them. One survives. Fallen buys an orb for Molodoi, omitting armor as he does, dropped an MP9. If that doesn't show Fallen's dedication to his role and knowledge of how important this young AWP star is, I don't know what will. He's playing MP9, no Kevlar, in a full rifle round at 11-10.
Oh, they have an idea in mind. Boost up for Molodoi, kill delivered, and controllers.
Sick.
He's not even sure where he just died from. That AWP on the boost. A little gimmick at a critical juncture in this game to try and stop the Mongols' comeback.
Thank you, Fallen. Thank you very much. Boosted.
Oh, and he's in the right place again. Round the corner, Molodoi with a blinder, and that's why they give him the AWP. It's all Molodoi! It's all they needed! The key to unlock victory for FURIA. The AWP in the hands of their young Kazakh star. And the arena calls for the ace. They want Molodoi to find them all. He wants it too. He's got the bomb down here on long, and he's got no ideas of moving. Mazinho, how are you supposed to succeed where 4 others have failed? Leaving nothing to chance. He's put a fresh mag in, but Molodoi has no plan of missing this. Zinho made noise, and Yakindar would have heard that.
Move
They've
away.
directed him. Yakindar says, Molodoi, come get it. This is your moment to remember. Molodoi with all 5 to find match point for FURIA, putting them on that path to the semis. And that's why Fallen trusts this guy like no one else.
Rookie of the year. Pickup of the year. Risk of the year for FURIA. They plucked this guy out of absolutely nowhere, and he looks to put them in the semi-finals. Mongols momentum stamped out, and FURIA look to finish the job in regulation.
Oh, and you spend so much time celebrating Molodoi and his addition, you forget about the guys that have always been putting up numbers. K Serato, throughout this series, a force to be reckoned with, opens up this final round with a 5v4 for FURIA. Flash play out on the Monster side, and Fallen Court just looking for info. That's the 910 AWP to claw back a 4v4.
But it's the bomb spotted, it's 3 players outside B, it's all the info FURIA need, and they shut the door. They put 3 players on B, Molodoi in heaven, and Yakindar holding the flank. There is no escape route in this round for the Mongols. Even if bLitz comes out middle, Yakindar is still here, ever present in middle. Another kill, another step closer. Those semi-finals call for FURIA.
And it's all decided on this B push into the stack, as once more Yakindar and Fallen have cobbled together a fantastic read. They have the info. They know where Mongols are ending up. Not yet feeling the pressure, even if with that 1 kill coming in. K Serato still waits as a diamond in the rough down in the B site. Nails controllers, follow up from 910. And so it might have to be all Molodoi and Yakindar to carry this one through. Wrap around for Yakindar, making noise, keeping pressure on. He's not being quiet about this lurk. Hoping again that they can tee up Molodoi to find that kill that brings him in. And there he is with it, lightning fast. If you blink, you miss it. Molodoi closing in. 1 chance to make this happen. 1 shot, and he nails it.
No way.
So close. He had to be that quick. He's the Kazakh. You're the stands. Molodoi locks in semi-finals for FURIA.
The imports output another miraculous round, and how can you not believe in this young player? A buzzer beater, an impossibility. And FURIA